Let's go ahead and do that GPC and get started.
Okay, thank you. So for Thursday's GPC, May 11th, we have one item, and that's outside of the minutes approval, and that's the award for opening and closing parks and cleaning parks restrooms. This one's with the Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs Department.
I'm sorry, which item are we doing first?
I think you're on the regular commission meeting and not GPC.
Right.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. So we're doing May 11th first. My apologies about that. So we have one item. It's the master plan needs assessment. And that's also with parks.
Right. So this will just be a continuation of Roxy and of course the consultant that they're using. It'll also kind of blend into wild spaces and public places in terms of how that process is rolling out as well. So
yeah, just to add to the manager, we have we'll be having a wild spaces discussion on June 8th that will be, informed by the master plan. So we'll go over the master plan, all those findings on the 11th.
Okay. And I will tell those of you who are new to this, that going through the master plan needs assessment will take us a while.
Yes.
It might seem simple, but we will go off on a variety of tangents and rabbit holes.
And we did to that end, Mr. Mayor, we have reached out about setting up some one-on-ones with anyone on the commission that's interested in talking beforehand.
Very good.
I'm interested, Mr. Parsons. That'll be helpful for me.
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it. So for the City Commission meeting on May 4th, we have approval of a few minutes, followed by a bid award for opening and closing parks and also cleaning the restrooms.
I have a question on that one.
Yep.
Mr. Mayor, thank you. This is for the city manager. This contract, is this being awarded to a new contractee, or is this someone who's had the contract before?
I don't know, but I will find out, Commissioner, and make sure you get that information. I'd also asked the question before the meeting, but I don't have feedback yet on the process to reach out to some businesses to see if they were able to participate as well.
All right. Of course, the issue that I am interested in there.
Yes.
Thank you.
The next item is the GCRE housing program annual funding approval, followed by a USDA grant application. And that's followed by a project manager contract for East Gainesville transformational projects.
Commissioner Chestnut, this is the item that will support us as we move along with 8th and Waldo and all of the other projects that we have.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
The next item is a Florida Department of State Division of Historical Resources special categories grant application via parks. And that's followed by a Florida Department of State Division of Cultural Affairs General Program Support multidisciplinary presenter item. That's followed by appointments to the City Commission Advisory Board and committees for GCRA and the Public Recreation and Parks Board.
Right. Mr. Mayor, I have a question there.
Okay.
Okay. If we, Madam Clerk, if we could have the breakdown by gender and race on these appointments, please. It's a request I had made earlier to Ms. Bryant. Thank you.
I'll follow up with Ms. Bryant.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And in district as well is something I requested in the past.
So race, gender, and district.
Oh, or district actually is on their application, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's
It is.
true.
It's on their application, but sometimes we don't see it all together.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I don't see Mr. Neon here, but as far as collecting that information, I'm pretty sure it's illegal for us to consider it as a factor.
Well, I think it's listed on, And the opportunity to list it is on the applications. I don't know that everyone does, but I think that the opportunity to list it is there.
We have it as optional. I don't, Mr. Nee isn't here, but.
Yeah,
we've had
I don't believe that
conversations
there
on
is a legal question.
it. Okay, I was talking to the mayor. Please don't interrupt me.
I'm speaking to the mayor.
And I am, you know what? Never mind. Clearly what I have to say doesn't matter.
I think Mr. Nee is in now.
Hey, sorry, I've been here. I wasn't admitted. It's frustrating. But,
Well, welcome to the party, Dan.
yeah, well, I've been here just to feel like I've been part of the wallpaper. In any event, I'm not sure what the intent is. I believe that the code talks about valuing a diversity in these boards, but obviously no appointments should be made based upon any protected characteristic.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
my interest is in making sure that we have diversity and representation throughout all of our committees. So it's something that we can have as information.
Mr. Mayor, I see Commissioner Book has his hand up.
Commissioner Book, I'm sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no worries. I was just waiting for you to finish there. I just wasn't fast enough to say on the 2023-399 Historical Resources Special Categories Grant Application. It just will be helpful that time to say what we're doing. I think it's purely for the Evergreen Cemetery is what it says on the thing. Is that the only project that it appears to be in the backup there?
Yes, let me get my,
Yeah, that's correct.
Just the one item, right? I'm just checking. It's 8,000 match towards this one item that we'll be talking about.
that's,
Okay, thank you very much. That answers my question.
Very good. Okay. What's next?
Okay, so our next item is a non-compliance with attendance requirements. And that's followed by our business discussion items. The first is GPD FY23 second quarter update. And that's followed by appointment of a city commissioner for annual meetings of elected officials. And this is regarding coordination of land use and school facilities planning.
Mhm.
That's followed
That
by,
will definitely take up the morning.
our Gainesville history moment. And then for resolutions by roll call in the afternoon, we have a resolution establishing a formula to determine the level of government services contribution.
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah.
I can't speak for how I'll vote or anything like that. I don't believe on this call, but I know that how I'm thinking about this is highly dependent on the outcome of the legislative session and the signing by the governor. And so I would like to be able to vote on this in one way or another, but I don't know if I would be able to without knowing how that outcome goes.
Well, we don't know if there will be an outcome at that point, but there might be.
Okay.
The session ends the next day.
Right. I just, if we wanted to move that to a later date, that would make it clearer for me, but I understand if other people feel more comfortable with it.
Let's leave it for now.
Mhm.
Our next item is our second reading ordinances in the afternoon. And the first is a voluntary annexation petition, followed by a text amendment, central line of street setback. And then our Gainesville 60 zoning change. And that's followed by Oakgate zoning amendment. The next item is Rural King Plan Development Amendment.
On our last commission meeting, we directed staff to come back to us once I want to get the exact language correct. I see Andrew's hand is up, so I'll let Andrew speak on this.
Andrew, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thank you. I was gonna say this is, I think, premature to put back on at this point. we need to probably pull it so we can continue to work on the commission action because they delayed action on first reading on this one.
Right, there's a condition as part of hearing it again, so.
Right.
Okay. So let's pull that one for now.
Our next item is our first reading ordinances. So there's a text change for tree mitigation funds,
Mhm.
and that's followed by a few proclamations and special recognitions. The first is the National Arab American Heritage Month, followed by Youth Week. And that concludes our agenda.
Okay, so the
Before-
afternoon is fairly full, but let's keep the evening there because Lord knows what might come up next week, and it might be a good idea just to have the evening space available for us.
And Mr. Mayor, could I mention something about the evening also?
Yeah.
So colleagues also, it's terrific that it is free at the moment. I think every one of us got an invitation to what is an annual event at Kanapaw Park, the Law Enforcement Memorial Day. I know that should any of y'all choose to get out there, my intent is to go out at 7 o'clock. They'd love to have you. There is no featured speaker, so it's all ceremonial, but it is an annual event. So I just mentioned that on behalf of the invitation I think we got from either the FOP or the PBA. I can't remember which, but
It is FOP, yeah.
so I'm really happy that the moment it looks light. I hope it stays that way, so that some of you may be able to join or determine. I know it would be meaningful for the public safety partners out there. Thank you.
So yeah, I would definitely recommend folks that if the agenda continues as it is, it certainly would be possible for several of us to be able to get out there without speeding even. So
that would be preferred. Yes, sir.
Let's hope that it stays that way, and I would strongly recommend that anyone who can go ahead and attend out there. Okay, any more questions? Andrew, you got your hand up?
I do, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. I just trying to, in the vein of trying to close out questions so they don't linger. On the opening and closing parks contract, is actually two awardees, Contractor Enterprise Inc. And a second awardee, which is Zaharali Cleaners. Both were lowest bid. The Contractor Enterprise Inc. is a existing vendor that we've used that has an existing contract. The Zaharali Cleaners is new.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if Commissioner, if you're interested, I can find out how long the others held the contract. I'm asking the question right now.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I have a comment.
Manager Curry, go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, no problem. On May 2nd, which is next Tuesday, it'll be the first workshop amongst several workshops on the general government side. I just wanted to just make that comment that it's coming up next Tuesday. We'll talk about the general overview of the budget and fire assessment rate and the fire department's budget presentation. And so backup will be in tomorrow. I apologize to the clerk's office for not being ready with backup today, but we're just still trying to get our format and everything worked out. But tomorrow we should for the meeting.
And that is a workshop, right?
It's a workshop. Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. Okay, and I will have at least one item to add to the agenda, but I don't expect it to take a long time. And I will get with the attorney and the clerk about that in the next few minutes. Okay. Any other questions?
Commissioner Willett?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And did I miss, we were going to have a conversation about interim clerk. Was that going to be, was that
Yes.
on the 11th?
You're
or
right.
was on
That
the
was
4th?
supposed to be on this agenda as well.
Yeah. So were we going to have that? I mean, it looks like we have some time on the 4th. I just didn't know whether we were going to, is that a conversation we want to have on the 4th, or do we want to have it tomorrow?
No, let's have it on the 4th. Madam Manager, if you want to pass that on to HR, we would welcome that.
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else? All right, we have agendas. We will see you soon. Bye.